Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just down here at the biomass boiler. Yeah, I thought this would be fun and games, this thing. So that is the ash bin. I came down here this morning and there's a bit of smoke about. I thought, that's funny. Not boiling, not burning very well. Went in there and ash is caught on fire. It's absolutely full of burning embers. So, bugger me, I'm not really sure what's happening here. But that, I'm sure, is not meant to how it's meant to happen. Oh, it's all bloody red hot. Oh. You can see, I mean, we're pretty lucky because we've got both trucks in here, and the ash bin was down here, and yeah, fuck me. This must have got really hot around here. There's bloody ash on everything as well. Got all the electrical wiring across here. Oh. I'm going to have a bit of a word with the guys, see what's happening. Everything's running fine there. It's actually got so hot, I can welded this onto the, I can't move the lid, it's melted it. Yeah, that was really lucky. Not, it didn't set off something in here. So I haven't got a fire system in here. There's wood, there's trucks with diesel, a saw. I mean, this motor looks like it's properly buggered. The covers here is all melted. Try and take that off around here, see if the motor will run, but it won't run in that state. It's all sort of distorted at the bottom there. So, yeah, I don't even know. That doesn't seem melted, so it may get away with something. I don't know, I'll have to try and run it in manual. Okay, so, just took this cover off. That's slightly distorted. I don't know whether it was distorted before or after. It is turning, so I think that will run. That electric bit up top isn't distorted. I mean, this bit is quite badly distorted, so I'll have to get a new one of those. But there we are. All right, so there's the ash, just de-ashed itself. You can see a whole load of unburnt bits of wood in that. I think that's the problem. I don't know what quite is going on with the settings, but yeah, there we are. Seems to be sort of turning itself off and then restarting, but then it de-ashes and chucks out a load of chip. Because when I just dug into that bin, I mean, that bin is full. We emptied it a couple of days ago and it's absolutely rammed to the top now, so it's chucked out obviously a lot of sort of unburnt chip, and it must have had like an ember or something just get it going, so all a bit worrying. Yeah, here's all the stuff that's come out the bin, guys. It's kind of all just almost formed as charcoal in there, sort of burnt on the top and cindered itself down below. But I think I've worked out what the problem is. Okay guys, in other news, we have finally got our kit for the team, so I'll show you that. So there we are, guys. Got a gilet, a hoodie and some polo shirts. So I think that's actually quite a nice little design on the back. Okay guys, I'm just down at our separator, which is the liquor box here, the separator towers up there. We've got float switches in here, so as the level of the liquor, which is separated from the separator, comes up, switches on that big netch pump, which either pumps it back into the tank or it sends it up the hill to the lagoon. We've got a couple of float switches in here, well actually three. We've got a bottom level one that switches on, a top level one that switches off, and an emergency stop just here that switches the whole system down, so you don't get a flood out, because sometimes you can leave it for a few hours, come back and it's flooded out through here, and it's a real job sort of cleaning it up. Now that top float switch has stopped on us, so I'm going to have to, I've got my multimeter on, the float switch is working, it goes to this junction box there, but when we go back to our control panel, there's a wire that pulls it all the way across and into here, and I'll just show you that. So it comes up through here, and actually comes into this point here. So I've got to replace these two wires because somehow that cable between this panel and this liquor tank has got damaged. So that's what we're going to be doing now. I've got a bit of wire here and just recable that in basically, and hopefully I can get that emergency stop to work. So there's the cable going in there, giving this run signal, pulled it in, just going across there, back up into the box. That's the old line there, so I'll just label that. Like some of the other lines, I'll label this so I know what it is in a few months' time when it breaks again. Okay guys, so I just wired it up, it's all working correctly now, separated running, just saw that the pump was running. So this is all down there. Okay guys, I just spoke with the lad about the wood chip, and he thinks what's been happening is we're putting in too much wet into the bunker, and the small boiler being only 250 kilowatts just can't handle the wetness, hasn't got the oxygen going through, so it puts the fire out, kicks it out, it's still pretty hot, and then it restarts, tries to have another go, kicks another load out, you know, it's hot again. So that's probably what's been going on there. So yeah, probably a bit of a factor really. So yeah, we'll just have to make sure the chip is super dry going forward. Apparently the big boilers, you know, 1 megawatt, they've got more adjustable oxygen intakes, and they can just eat more varied chip really, because the fireplace is bigger basically, I suppose. Ours is pretty small, you know, it's sort of like a sort of dustbin lid size, so it's not massive really, but there we go.